In this Java tutorial, you'll learn about using classes and creating objects. By the way, an object is also called an instance of a class or an instance. First, let's talk about what an object is. In object-oriented programming languages, like Java, objects have two types of characteristics. First, they have states, which in Java we represent with field variables. Second, they have behaviors that in Java we represent with methods. Imagine a light bulb object. Two states might be color and size. Three behaviors might be flash, turn off, and switch color. Let's create a light bulb object. This object has the value yellow for the color field and the value 5 for the size field. If we call the flash method, it causes the object to behave in a certain way. Now let's call the switch color method. You can see that the switch color method changed the value of the color field. It's very common for programmers to write methods to modify the values of fields. Your next question might be, where did the code for the object come from? The answer is from a class. A class is like a blueprint or a template for an object. There are a number of classes built into Java, so often we just use those pre-made classes. Some examples of pre-made classes are the string class, arrays class, and scanner class. You've probably used at least one of these already. Sometimes programmers write their own classes. Regardless, once you have a class, you can use it to create as many objects as you want. Anyway, now that we've covered classes and objects conceptually, let's learn how to create objects with code. Here's how we can create an object for the lightbulb class. We start by stating the name of the class, in this case lightbulb, then a variable, in this case x, followed by equals, new, lightbulb, open close parentheses, semicolon. What we did was create a variable called x of type lightbulb and set it to refer to a newly created lightbulb object. Now let's look at another way to declare and initialize a lightbulb object. On this line, we create a lightbulb variable y. On the next line, we create the lightbulb object and tell y to refer to that object. We're doing the same thing, but in the second example, we split up the steps. We can't access an object directly, so we need a variable to allow us to identify the object. It's like how people need names so we can identify them. Let's look at a third example. Here, we declared a variable z and initialized it with a new lightbulb object. But you'll also see an additional piece of data. Anything inside the parentheses gets passed to the constructor and is used in the creation of the object. In this case, I pass the string green to the constructor, which caused the lightbulb's color field to be set to green. Now, you can't just pass anything you want to a class's constructor. The programmer of the lightbulb class determined what type of data the constructor could accept. When working with a class, you need to know what type of arguments you can pass to the constructor when making a new object. Next, let's talk more about fields. We learned earlier that in Java, an object's states are managed by field variables. There are two types of fields you need to know about. The first are called class variables because they belong to the class. These are also known as static fields. The second are called instance variables because they belong to the individual instances. These are also called non-static fields. Let's pull up the lightbulb class and some lightbulb instances again. The lightbulb class defines color as an instance variable. That means each instance has its own unique copy of the variable. When we change the value for the instance that y is referring to, it only affects that one instance. Size is defined as a class variable. It belongs to the class and is shared by all instances of the class. When we change the value of a class variable, it affects the class and all instances of the class. When coding a class, the programmer decides which fields are class variables and which are instance variables. Next, let's look at methods again. There are two types of methods: static methods, also called class methods, and instance methods, also called non-static methods. Static methods belong to the class, so you call them with the class name. Instance methods belong to an instance, meaning an object, so you need an object to call them from. To understand better, let's look at two different methods in the lightbulb class. The decrease size method is a static method, and the switch color method is an instance method. Let's write some code to see how we can access the methods. Lightbulb.decreaseSize. Decrease size is static. It's a behavior of the class, so we can call it from the class itself. There doesn't even need to be an object in existence for us to call this method. Alternatively, we can create an instance of the lightbulb class. It's legal to call static method decrease size from the variable q because an object always has a class standing behind it. However, this could be confusing to other programmers reading our code. You should make a practice of calling static methods from the class itself like above. Switch color is an instance method, so we must call it from an object. The only variable that is referencing a lightbulb object is q, so we'll call it from q. As an instance method, switch color is a behavior of an object. Therefore, it cannot be called from the lightbulb class. This line of code will give the error non-static method cannot be referenced from a static context. The final thing to know is that static methods can only access class variables, while instance methods can access both class variables and instance variables. This is why the switch color method had to be an instance method, so it could access the instance variable color, which it changed. This fact will be important when you learn about writing classes in a later lesson. Before we end, I wanted to mention that there are a few classes that have unique ways of creating objects. Some examples include the string class and the array class. Don't worry about those now, but be aware that exceptions exist.